generated just to test the mettle of this guy because he doesn't have a lot of experience. Why would he say it if he didn't believe it?
No, I don't think that's what he said.
That is what he said.
He said that Barack Obama is going to be tested in the first 6 months.
He said
whoever wins this election is going to be tested in the first 6 months.
Hold on. Can you stop for a second? I will let you answer.
A generated threat
is
like
does that mean,
the Iraq War.
A generated threat?
That is a generated threat. Like going into war when there is no threat to the United States, like the Iraq War. We generated a threat because of John McCain and George Bush's policies, and now we're living with the after effects. Whoever is president is going to face some real dire threats to this country. That's the world that we are now living in.
But Stephanie, let me just get it clear. I will let you go on, but just let me get it clear so everybody's on the same page. You're saying that I'm misunderstanding what he said.
Yes,
Joe Biden didn't say that somebody would generate this specifically to test a brand new president who doesn't have a lot of experience. That's not what he meant?
What he said was either president is going to be tested. I'm not the first to answer this question on your show. I'm not the first to answer this on Fox News. We are saying, as a campaign, let me make this clear, that Joe Biden was saying that whoever is president is going to be tested in the first 6 months of their presidency because of the world that we're living in. There are threats out there, threats that have been exacerbated because of the failed policies of the last 8 years. Now, anybody who doesn't understand the type of world we're living in has a fundamental misunderstanding of how to keep this country safe. That's why Colin Powell stepped forward this weekend and endorsed Barack Obama. He's got the judgment, the intellect, the curiosity, the steady leadership to keep this country safe and handle crises, just as he did in the economic crises. That was a major factor for Colin Powell to come forward.
Let's not get off the topic here.
If the McCain campaign doesn't understand that.
We've only got about a minute left, so I do want to get to this. Even a Democratic pollster, Doug Schoen, who's familiar to some of our viewers here, said this is an uncomfortable truth and not something that you want your vice presidential candidate uttering. Is he wrong?
Well, Joe Biden, part of the reason that Barack Obama picked Joe Biden is because he is a strong, independent leader. He says what he believes. And what he believes, like many of us believe, is that we're living in a dangerous world. Regardless of who is president, they are going to be tested. Al-Qaeda has grown in Afghanistan. I don't need to lay out the world facts for you. I think you know them. Because of our failed policies in Iraq, we've allowed Al-Qaeda to be rebuilt and the Taliban to rebuild in Afghanistan. These are the facts. Whoever is president, whether it be Barack Obama or John McCain, and I hope it's Barack Obama, they're going to be tested with global issues that we have to deal with.
Okay, we just have about 20 seconds left, but I want to just if you can explain then what Joe Biden was talking about when he's asking the people in the group, these fundraisers, to stand with Barack Obama. He says because it's not going to be apparent initially that we're right. What does he mean? And we have to keep it quick.
That we have to stick together as a country. You know and I know that over the past 8 years we've been divided by many different ways. And when we are tested, when there is an international threat, we have to stand together, put our support behind the president, behind any president who's fighting in an international crisis.
Stephanie Cutter is a senior advisor with the Obama campaign. Stephanie, thanks again. Just a